It's January, and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, Abe Lincoln, early literacy, and the Martin Luther King Jr. celebration. Welcome to the January edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein, and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Lots to share today. First off, thanks to your generosity, the library collected almost 6,000 pairs of socks that will go to children in shelters in the area. The annual Sock It To Me drive is the brainchild of Baton Rouge Parents Magazine, and we are so proud to be a part of it. Also, thanks to your continued usage and engagement, I'm pleased to announce that your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System has once again been honored as a Star Library by Library Journal magazine. That's 9 times, but who's counting? The highlight of the month will be our participation in MLK Holiday BR 2022. This 6-day celebration and service event series is designed to unite volunteers and community partners around 3 key themes: literacy, youth empowerment, and equity and justice. The mayor's office has posted a new website, www.mlkholidaybr.com, for details, including a portal for volunteer signups. As part of the series, the library will host special story times plus an MLK celebratory read aloud at all 14 library locations on the Saturday and Sunday before the MLK holiday. The Bookmobile will also anchor the MLK Celebratory Literacy and Community Fair on Saturday, January 15th at Breck's Hartley Vay Park. Come on out and see us. Plenty of free activities for the family. We'll also be hosting President Abe Lincoln this month when reenactor Kevin Woods visits the main library at Goodwood on Wednesday, January 12th, to share a new birth of freedom with Honest Abe's firsthand account of key moments in our country's history. We're also working with the Arts Council of Greater Baton Rouge to host a creative aging program for seniors called Writing for Everyday Life. Register for this 3-month series at www.artsbr.org. Drew Brees is the featured speaker for January's Virtual Business Forum on January 12th. Remember, even if you can't watch the live stream, as long as you register at businessforumusa.com/Baton Rouge, you'll be able to view the archive for 30 days. Both the Career Center and Grant Center have new workshops scheduled for January. The Grown Up Gaming League is going full steam ahead. The Vinyl Underground has surfaced at Bluebonnet Regional. And COVID boosters will be offered at the main library on January 26th. All the details for these and many other programs are included in this month's newsletter, The Source, available in print and online, plus posted on the online calendar of events at ebrpl.com. And as an update that came in too late for the newsletter, masks or face coverings are currently required in all city parish buildings, which includes your library. This mandate applies to all persons age 5 and up. Thanks for your understanding and cooperation.
Free access to books, audio, and library resources are just a few of the benefits available to you when you get a library card. Need free access to a computer? You get that. Want free access to premium digital resources like Mango Languages and lynda.com? You get that. Need to book a meeting space? You get that. Heck, you can even check out a telescope or use a digital printer with your library card. If you live in East Baton Rouge Parish, pick up your free library card from your local branch library today. Premium access to everything the library system has to offer is waiting for you.
A robust economy means a thriving Baton Rouge for all of us. It's so critical for our small business owners and entrepreneurs to get access to the same kind of high-end coaching that the big businesses can use. So we searched for a service that you could even access remotely from home or the office. and we found it in a new resource called Entrepreneurial Mindset Training. It's time to find out more in the digital download.
If you've ever thought about starting a business, we have a great resource for you, the Entrepreneurial Mindset Training course. This on-demand video course provides budding entrepreneurs with advice from individuals who've turned their ideas into profitable businesses. This course will show new opportunities, ignite ambition, and cultivate confidence. Learn at your own pace and find the beliefs and behaviors that empowered ordinary people to accomplish their goals of starting a successful business. Case studies on the course feature real-world, unlikely entrepreneurs who have overcome challenges by embracing the core concepts of an entrepreneurial mindset. There are also reflection assignments and additional resources to help you along the journey to becoming a business owner. The Entrepreneurial Mindset Training course, along with other resources that support small business, are available for free with your library card on the digital library page at ebrpl.com.
Thanks, Andrew. This new database fills a real niche in our programming arsenal. It's easy to use, and I think it's a good tool for not just current business owners and entrepreneurs, but for anyone who's even thinking about starting a business. And its emphasis on building capacity for strategic thinking for local business owners fits in nicely with the Mayor's 3 pillars for our MLK Day celebration. Let's shift gears and check in with Jessica McDaniel, reporting in from Beyond the Stacks.
Let's move beyond the stacks with Mike Artell, an award-winning author, illustrator, and corporate consultant who leads creative workshops for adults as well as for children. We're here at the Zachary Branch Library to learn a little bit more about how to publish your own children's book. Let's check it out.
My name is Mike Artell, and what I do for a living is I write and illustrate children's books.
What's the name of this program?
This program is I wrote a children's book, Now What? I get this a lot where there are a lot of aspiring children's book authors and illustrators who they either have a great idea or they've gone down the road a bit, and but they don't know what to do next. You know, how do you get on that first rung of the ladder? How do you make that first step? So this is, I tell them, look, no one in the world can tell you how to get your children's book published. But what I can tell you is how to improve your chances. There are some things that people should do, and there are some things that people absolutely should not do. This is a business. They only publish your book if they think they can sell a lot of them. Okay? Now, they want wonderful books. And as an author, you should write wonderful books. You should illustrate wonderful books. But for me, when people would say, what's your inspiration? It's in my daughter's tuition. Really. I don't have the luxury of waiting for inspiration. I've got a gas and electric bill. It's got to be paid. So I treated it as a business, all the while trying to create wonderful books, but recognizing that it's commercial.
Find more programs like these in the Source newsletter every month. Or go to ebrpl.com and check out the events calendar.
Thanks so much. These workshops are so great. I really love the fact that Mike can help find the artist buried deep within any of us. We'll spend more time with Mike Artell this month as he shares how to illustrate your point to enliven your PowerPoint slides. Check the Source for details. Stay right there. After the break, children's librarian Tara Deering joins me for a chat right here on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that free entertainment is good for us all. That's why we make ebooks and audiobooks available for free through the Libby app. Grant free access to unlimited streaming music and video through Freegal, Canopy, and IndieFlix. Get a library card. Get free entertainment at ebrpl.com/digital library.
You're watching the January edition of the Library Roadshow, everything you need to know about your local library system. Tara Deering is the coordinator for children's services for our library system, and she's been very busy over the last few months putting the final touches on a new early literacy initiative. It's designed to help our young children get ready to read. All right, Tara, I am so happy that you are here. to share the details for Press Start.
Yes.
Tell us all about it.
Okay, so this is Press Start. These will be showing up in our libraries, hopefully, the very beginning of next week.
So it'll be a little booklet
it'll
that
be a
people can
booklet.
take home.
It's a booklet. It's 12 pages long. So there's a couple pages with information for parents on how the program works. And then there's some activity sheets and then some tips and tricks and activities for parents and families to do together.
And we've done this with some special friends.
Yes, we've
Yes.
had lots of help
Yes.
from our friends over at Knock Knock Children's Museum, as well as our friends over at LPB and PBS. And of course, some of our own staff here has been very instrumental in getting this off and running. But basically, the program is a way for parents to do things at home with their kids, just in the everyday daily routines.
No money, no special things from a
Nothing.
store or a website. It's
These-
all things you have around the house.
Right. These are all things that people do every day and don't realize that they're related to how children learn to read, such as pointing out numbers and words in their everyday life.
Whether you're at the grocery store or dialing a phone number
Yes.
or seeing something on television, something in the kitchen.
Oh, the
my
measuring tools in the
goodness.
kitchen are
That's
a
right.
great way to learn both measurement and numbers and the concept of those differences and, small versus large, full versus empty, all those different things,
down.
up, down, left,
Yeah.
right, all these things.
So basically, this puts some intention
Correct.
behind the things that you may already be doing in your
Yes.
house, but this adds that little extra impetus so that you can, with intent,
Yes.
have these conversations with your child just as you're going around the day. I was struck with one of the examples you told me. If you've got noodles,
Yes.
let's play with our
Let's play
food.
with our noodles.
That's
play with our
right.
food. We
Yeah.
can make shapes with them. We can make letters with them. We can make numbers with them.
I used to spell things with my alphabet cereal and my soup all the time.
Right,
What's
right.
floating over there. In a way, that's like the game of Boggle or some other things like
Right.
that. But we're not teaching the children to read because this is for 2 to 4-year-old.
Correct.
But we're getting them ready with the shapes, the sounds, the consonants, that whole concept that reading is a
Yes.
code. And if you can unlock it, you can unlock the world.
Correct. And this will actually help them to be ready for school. So some of those things that they learn just in their everyday lives actually make them more successful when they begin school.
Right.
And that's what our focus is on, is things that we can do at home just as families, as parents, as grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, and just have fun. Because we've geared them towards fun activities where the kids won't even know that they're learning.
That's right. Stealth learning.
Stealth
That's my
learning.
favorite.
I love stealth learning.
And for me, the concept is similar to what you may see on major television programs featuring a certain giant bird. But today, the library is going to be brought to you
Right.
by the letter A.
Yes. So we have Peter Rabbit, I believe, down there
Yeah.
is wearing our A.
Yes.
And we have our lovely pig wearing our number. And our giraffe has our circles. So
Right.
January is going to be brought to you by the letter A, the number 1, and circles.
And so the booklet has those things in it
Yes.
and ideas for how you to find those letter A's and do something with them at home.
Yes.
Plus, you're going to bedeck and bedazzle the children's rooms at all locations.
Yes.
It's going to be AAA, whether it's in story time or decor or
Yes.
the books on display. I personally think everybody should be wearing letter A head boppers or other jewelry or whatever. I've
Yeah.
offered to help you with that. But in a way, the one question somebody will ask is, why don't we just wait until kids go to school to learn to read? And the answer is, it's too late.
It's too late at
Yeah.
that point. They've lost so much. So one of the things we've put in our booklet is those early language concepts and the early math concepts so that they can recognize the correlation when they start school.
Right.
And it's things that we do every day. I mean, kids love to play repeat games. And one of the games we have featured in this booklet for January is Tap Tap Beep, where they have to repeat the sound that their partner has made and have to try to remember that pattern to recreate it. And then our math concepts, we want to make sure that it's all things that people do every day.
Right. Who doesn't cut up a pizza?
Right. Right. Who doesn't make pancakes
Yeah.
or pour cereal or make some sort of dish?
Right.
And so there's different things that you can learn just in everyday activities, and the kids can learn this along with you.
And your big brothers and sisters can help too.
Absolutely.
Because this is going to be available at all locations as a take-home.
It is. It's a take-home booklet. They'll sign up at all of their library locations. And also, don't want to forget to tell you, there are on the back of every booklet is going to be books we love that are all related to our concepts that we're talking about for that particular
Right.
month.
And of course, those are just a few. There are
Just
plenty
a few.
more.
There's tons more.
That's
yes.
right.
So
what else does the library offer for our preschoolers? Because January means it's time to start up a new
That's
semester
right.
of story
time, right. So we start story time. Some of the branches are already starting next week. And then most of the branches will be starting after Martin Luther King
Right.
holiday.
So all that's in the
It's
newsletter.
all in the newsletter.
And online on
and
the
online
kids
as well.
page.
And each of our booklets is going to come with a community connections
Okay.
insert so that they can put it on the refrigerator. And on one side is just some things around town that they can take advantage of. And on the back side of that insert is going to be all of our story time schedule as well.
Right.
Along with also our virtual story times
Yeah.
for Monday night bedtime stories. And so lots of fun things that they can take advantage of. We have some evenings at some of the branches that are offering story times, and even we have one that's offering them on Saturdays now.
Right. So there are options for you,
Lots of
however
options.
it's convenient for you as a family.
Yes.
We're actually so proud to launch this new initiative. And I am totally prepared to wear a giant letter A whenever I visit the children's room this month. After the break, author Ronna Gray, plus book reviews from one of our younger library patrons. All that and more coming up next on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that staying informed is good for us all. That's why we provide free access to the New York Times and other national newspapers online. Permit free access to niche magazines and articles through PressReader. Get a library card. Get informed at ebrpl.com/newspapers.
Welcome back to the January edition of the Library Roadshow. Local author Ronna Gray is an author of children's fiction in the mystery genre. Her new book, entitled Mystery of the Heart-Shaped Locket, is based right here in Baton Rouge. Ronna weaves real people and places into her story to keep young readers plugged in from cover to cover. Ronna joins me now by phone. Okay, Ronna, how did you get your start as an author?
I think I've been a writer all my life, a journalism major in college, but I was first published in 2015.
What's this new book about?
My new book is part of the Louisiana Mystery Series for young readers. It's a mystery set in Baton Rouge with an appearance by a real figure in Louisiana history, a woman who was a music composer and who wrote our first state song. Her name was Doralise Fontaine, and she figures into the clues to solving the mystery.
What inspired you to write the book and really the series?
The book is called Mystery of the Heart-Shaped Locket, and I'm inspired to write these mysteries for young readers by my two great nieces who are twins and their little brother, Madeline and Catherine and Samuel Tom. They ask a lot about my first book, which was a true crime story, Familiar Evil, and I said to them, you know what, let's write our own story. And we got started writing our first mystery, Case of the Missing Poodle, which is something like a Nancy Drew mystery for young readers with clues along the way and questions that young readers can solve.
What are you working on next?
My next book will be the third in the series, the Louisiana Mystery Series, and it'll be another mystery for young readers. This one will be set in Lafayette.
How can our viewers learn more about you and your work, Ronna?
Anyone interested in books that I've written can visit my website, ronnagray.com/books, and contact me through the website. I'd be happy to answer any questions, or always love to speak to book clubs and other groups, and I would welcome any invitations and questions your viewers might have. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rana. I love a good detective story, no matter what the age of the intended audience. It's now time to check in with one of our younger patrons to find out what they've been reading at the library.
Hi, my name is De'Evan Bailey. I'm 11 and my favorite book is Diary of the Wimpy Kid. I like Diary of the Wimpy Kid because this is the original series of first beginner story. First of all, let me get something straight. This is a journal, not a diary. I know what it says on the cover, but when my mom went out to buy this thing, I specifically told her to get me one that doesn't say diary on it. Great. All I need is some jerk to catch me carrying this book around and get the wrong idea. Mama and Miss Tammy bring me to the library. When I come to the library, I like to check out books to read, and I like checking out I like to check out my card because I have my own card.
Thanks, De'Evan. That is a good-looking library card. I hope you keep using it to check out all the titles in the Wimpy Kids series. They're all good books. Stay right there. You're watching the January edition of the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library System believes that knowing where you come from is good for us all. That's why we grant free access to genealogy resources available through Ancestry.com, make the vast historic resources of Heritage Quest available to you online. Get a library card. Get your family tree at ebrpl.com/genealogy.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
Hello, my name is Emily Ward. I'm the digital archivist for the East Baton Rouge Parish Library Special Collections Department, located on the second floor of the main library at Goodwood, where Baton Rouge history comes alive. Do you have a disaster preparedness plan in place to protect your memories and important documents if a disaster were to strike tomorrow? It's okay if the answer is no. Special Collections staff is here to help. Every year, Special Collections dedicates time to review our disaster preparedness plan to ensure all staff and tools are accounted for should disaster strike. A review of our disaster preparedness plan includes ensuring we have relevant contact information for staff and emergency responder agencies, instructions for staff that include action plans and safety guidelines, a list of tools and a list of tools and materials to keep on hand at all times that will help us salvage archival materials. Tools might include flashlights, clothespins and lines, latex gloves, N95 masks, and fans, to name a few. The plan also details how to handle certain materials under specific circumstances. For example, if a photograph or book is wet, our plan tells us to halt mold growth by creating airflow and lowering the temperature and humidity of the surrounding area. We plan ahead because we value the historical significance of the Baton Rouge Room collection, which has been entrusted to us by you. We want our patrons to be prepared to handle a disaster, whether that be natural or man-made, because your memorabilia are just as important as the materials kept in the archive. While your plan may not need to be as detailed as ours, you should have some type of plan in place and materials handy so that you can proactively begin salvage and cleanup once it is safe to do so. Staff from Special Collections invite you to check out the Baton Rouge Room Info Guide section on disaster preparedness and preservation. This info guide is an excellent resource that can help you develop your own disaster preparedness plan and provide guidance on preserving your valuables. As always, Special Collections staff are happy to consult with you on the best course of action for your materials. To learn more about Special Collections and the Baton Rouge Room archives, check out our Baton Rouge Room Info Guide accessible from the library website homepage. Questions or comments? We would love to hear from you. Call 225-231-3752 or visit the Special Collections Department on the second floor of the main library at Goodwood, where Baton Rouge history comes alive.
You're watching the January edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Check out that info guide and make sure that you know where to turn in the event of a disaster that endangers your precious family photos and mementos. If you check out the special collections postings on the genealogy page of the library's website, you can also see the latest free classes and workshops. January's course list includes historical Louisiana newspapers at LSU, reading deeds and notarial records, understanding the census, and writing your own life story. It's all available at the main library on Goodwood, and it's free with your East Baton Rouge Parish Library card.
My name is Ashley. I'm a reference librarian here at the Bluebonnet Library, and today we're here for a 3D printer badging class. So here at the Bluebonnet Library, we have something called an innovation space. An innovation space is the space we have all this great technology that's available for patrons to use. Because this is a room with high-tech equipment, patrons have to go through a badging class to be able to know how to use it. A badging class is where we'd have a patron come in, we'd walk them through the process of using our equipment. So a 3D printer is kind of like a big hot glue gun that'll print something layer by layer for you. You can print anything you want, anything you can find online. If you wanted to make something like this, you can find the file for the model online, plug it into our computer, and then print it right here in the innovation space. I've seen a lot of people that really want to get into the class get badged so they can book the rooms and print out stuff for themselves. So if you're interested and want to learn about all the tech we have in the innovation space, you can sign up online for any of our 3D badging classes. The website you need to go to is ebrpl.com.
Thanks! The Innovation Space at Bluebonnet is hosting several new classes this month. Registration is required for these hands-on activities, and our maker spaces at the River Center branch, the Greenwell Springs Regional branch, and the Jones Creek Regional branch libraries are also planning badging classes for the spring. And now for today's contest. Visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/ebrpl. I'd love to see some inspired cartooning from the family that shows off your New Year's resolutions. That's facebook.com/ebrpl. And while you're there, enjoy. We are not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow in February? Writing, dreaming, and Mardi Gras Mambo.
Tune in next month and we'll share another free resource available in the digital library.
Next month, you'll learn about another service offered at your local branch library.
Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow, and remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 14 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.